Hey people, what's going on? Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Today I'll be redoing some of the line talks. I just finished Bulgari Man line talk, and I think it would be followed by Invictus line talk. Yes, it's a very love it or hate it line from House of Paco Rabanne. The house itself, many people find it to be a bit juvenile, teenager-like, very sweet. So I did this basically like 2 years back, or a little bit more than 2 years, like 2017, 18, somewhere I did it. uh, so that time I did not have a couple of them. Okay, I had Invictus Original. That's my first bottle. It's my oldest bottle in my collection, I think, since I started collecting in 2015 or 14. I think 15, yeah. Then I had this one, Invictus Aqua, the vintage. After that, I think this one I did not include in the line talk. I did with Intense. So there are three new entries here. The new Invictus Aqua, then Invictus Legend, and then followed by Onyx. I have a small sample of it thanks to my dear brother Belal Bhai. So we'll be tackling that. And just let you know if this line is worth looking at, who is it for, and if Invictus is a fragrance still relevant, because nowadays a lot of inspired fragrances like Dior Sauvage and Invictus like fragrances, it's sort of like beginning to become very familiar, isn't it? So people sort of like, I notice, I'll tell you one thing happened in Bangladesh, but let me start somewhere. So I was telling you, I have I think a 5 ml or something, like a sample of it, cute little bottle. I got it like while I was shopping. One of the shops gifted me, so I never purchased Invictus again. Just once in a while I smell it, just keep it here, like next to it, the big Invictus. I have a 50 ml bottle before, and it gone bad. The juice gone bad in the last few sprays. It became alcoholic because it has been like with me for 6 years. So Invictus, basically, if you do not know, I'm assuming you do not know, is a success story of 1 million. They were inspired to do a fresher version of Paco Rabanne 1 million, which was sweet, bubblegummy, clubbing, amber, leather kind of fragrance. Very nice, top seller, still sells a lot. So they introduced Invictus. And when I was in Kuala Lumpur, KL, my Malaysian friends would know as KL, I used to go to some shops, few shops like the perfume shop. I don't know if it still exists. They used to have this. I always tried it. And this one and Sikke Reveal, I'm going to tell a few stories, okay? I'm going to take my sweet time. When I tried this one and Sikke Reveal, I found both of them to be very nice. I liked Sikke Reveal a little bit more, so I bought Sikke Reveal, Calvin Klein, before this. Both of them had the similar sort of like a concept, sweet, kind of fresh. But Invictus, I was like in the, not like, like 100% convinced that this is a good fragrance, because I already had 1 million and these fragrances are all retail there. You have to save up your money. You don't have like the money to buy everything. So my restaurant, whatever I used to earn, I used to put behind fragrances. So one day I decided, like, what the hell, like before I came back, I'm like, let me get a small bottle. And that's what I did with this. I took it absolutely everywhere with my car. And the fragrance, it's older batches, so it's very strong performer. The new Invictus, reformulated a little bit, still lasts, but not as good as the older batches. Okay, so Invictus had this aquatic, oceanic, bay leaf sort of note added to the sweetness, but I never really found it to be that similar to 1 million. So it's kind of like an ambergris, sort of ambroxan heavy, sweet, salty, like semi-sweet, semi-fresh fragrance for all year round. So it's a clubbing scent, and it's definitely shape of a trophy. So many people hate that. I know many people hate it. If you hate it, I would not blame you. But I know many grown-ups also still love this fragrance. They went after like bottle after bottle. So that is Invictus for you. It's a top soul fragrance. It's not a sweetheart of fragrance community, but consumers who are just do not care about what is selling or what is being hyped in the community. They just care for the smell, and they just buy one bottle every year. There's one fragrance very popular like Hugo Boss or La Nuit de l'Homme or Bleu de Chanel, Sauvage. These are people in real life, like 80-85% consumers. Okay, so Invictus still is very popular, going strong. Then they released this one. I was in Bangladesh at this time when this was released. I immediately went to Stallion Enterprise, and this was not the bottle. I went through 3 bottles of it, and I sold my last bottle. Then I regretted it, and I bought another partial from my brother Afik Bhai. This is the, like, now super expensive, now kind of like unicorn. It's very hard to find. This fragrance was really good, really, really good, and still I would say it's very good. It compared to Hawas, I like this over Hawas. But if you talk about availability and price tag, Hawas is a winner now over this one, because this is well over $150 now. If you find this, it came only in 100 ml. Then this fragrance had really good performance in the winter. I got good performance. It's fresh. It has this kind of like a breezy, at the same time kind of moist feel. I really like it. It's sweet, at the same time it's fresher take on Invictus. I think it's even longer lasting than Invictus on me. So I absolutely loved it. This was 10 out of 10 for me. This was the best Invictus for me until I found the Legend. I'll come to this, Legend and Intense. So I loved the older Aqua over Invictus. So this is improvement for me over Invictus. It's less sweet, more fresh. So then they reformulated this. They said this is a limited time release. Boom, gone. And they dropped the word in the market. People started looking for this, and the price went sky high. Then they released this one. I think this one or the Intense, I don't know. Anyway, so they have another version after this as well. This is 2018 or 17. They have a 19, I forgot. So this one people did not receive well. Why? Because the ambergris vibe that you got from Invictus Aqua, the frosted glass, this was gone from it, and this one's more citrus heavy. It's more aromatic. Like, let's show you the sprayer of these. Really nice, really sprayer. And then the smell actually is more approachable, and it's less daring. People used to complain about Invictus and Aqua, like they get that eggy smell. This one solved that problem. Okay, it's more citrusy, more blue compared to Invictus Aqua. So I think both of them are good. This is underrated, but I think this one has little better performance. Okay, so if you can find it, don't worry about this one, because this one, the new version of Invictus Aqua, is half the price or 1/3 of the price. So I think this is a better bet. If you talk about out of the two, this one is not worth the $150 price tag. This one is worth that $55 to $65 price tag. Okay, so Invictus Aqua, it's good. I'm not gonna say it's bad, but if you just ask about relevant of price tag, I prefer this because it's more thicker. Okay, so now moving on to the next one, which I had a bottle of before. This one was my story. I had Invictus Intense. This one they dropped, the dark bottle. Some of the reviewers, they said this fragrance, it's not, it's gonna be redundant. I heard Steven say this is redundant if you have Invictus, because this is very close to that. Yes, I agree to that. That is, it definitely has the sweetness of Invictus, but this is the most grown up Invictus in the line. Why? Because the introduction of, I think there is leather, there is tobacco, booze. They added something on it, not tobacco, booze. There's a boozy note in this, very sweet. It's still pretty sweet, but it's more grown up. Okay, what they did with Bleu de Chanel EDP or YSLY EDP, more grown up version of the earlier ones. Okay, so if you actually graduate from your university, college, and you're working, this is the fragrance I suggested. Amazing lasting power. The leather in this is just like, if you want a CH-Man Privé, this fragrance to give you the push, I really wish this fragrance had the push of Invictus Intense. But I would say if you put them side by side, this is going to be a strong contest. Okay, but CH-Man Privé, the smell is just stunning. Okay, got the booze, sweetness. This one also had the booze and sweetness, and the leather. Amazing little masterpiece. Nighttime, cold weathers, this is a go-to guy. Okay, if you're not a brand snob, if you do not follow people and dance around just because of their words, if you actually give it a sniff and you like it, you wear it. Don't have to impress others, isn't it? So this is also great. This so far, Invictus Aqua and this two were great. Then I smelled this one, and this one is called Legend, and the name is just so apt for it. Like, this is a legendary fragrance. Okay, I'm just not gonna tell you too much about it because I already gave it Perfection 10, and it did make my top 15 designer fragrance currently of all time. That says a lot. I have bought many fragrances. They did not make the list. This one did. Amazing performance. Like, it does have the Invictus DNA. Let me spray this on my hand a little bit just to remind myself. So I tried it from my brother, Dr. Jeffrey, for the first time, and amazing. I just loved how this opening was. Yes, this is so fruity. This is so blue. This is kind of like a sweet. It's not the sugary opening that you get from Invictus, kind of like a synthetic. This one, it's more natural, blue, by the ocean, tropical. And then slowly it will start going to the Invictus side, but it's not as cloying. So this is a summer king. If you cannot find Invictus Aqua anymore, and you do not like the performance of Invictus, the new Aqua, go for this one. Okay, so that makes it Perfection 10. These two, amazing. These two are still available, Invictus Intense and Legend. These two are amazing. Great performer, like beast more activated. Okay, Yeah, definitely. The lemon citrus in this, in the opening, makes it very beautiful. It's sort of like leans in that Bleu de Chanel, that territory, but not quite. Last one I tried is Invictus Onyx. They have released a new one called V or something. I haven't tried it. I have seen people putting it up, but this is just similar to Invictus. But Invictus Onyx, when it came out with that black bottle, it looks like eggshell, and the bottle had a special packaging of plastic. My dear brother Bilal Bhai bought it, and I bought, or he gifted me. I forgot. He gifted me 2 ml sample of this, and I was like, at first I heard Jeremy comparing this to Invictus Aqua, the what I call the vintage one. But when I sprayed it, it just smells just a bit stronger version of Invictus. Okay, not much different. Yeah, I can smell it. It's just, it's nice. It's nice. If you want to try it, if you don't have anything from Invictus line, you can try it. But here's the thing, what I'm going to tell you. In the market, a lot of things are happening. Like in market, you'll see different packaging, and you'll see like people talking about Invictus line is like trash, synthetic, because they're influenced by many other people who are just niche lovers. Okay, so thing is, understand one thing. One thing is how much you like a fragrance smell. Okay, one factor. Second factor is how much do you care for others comments, or like their opinions, or versus what you really like using. Third thing is getting compliments and good performance. And then last one would be the price factor. These are all very affordable fragrances, not cheap, but not the higher end like Dior and Chanel, or some of the other ones like Prada or Hermes. Paco Rabanne gives you like this crowd pleasing, mass appealing kind of fragrance. Let's say if you have Invictus Legend, I'm just going to finish it within 2 minutes. If you have this one fragrance will do everything for you, just like Dior Sauveur. It's like a Swiss Army knife. Okay, so it has that sort of a gym favorite in summer. It has great performance. It gets the compliments from ladies, and when you pay about $50 to $60, $65 range, that's what you want from fragrance on most part. Not everybody is a fragrance enthusiast or expert, So this line is for people like those who just enjoy simple things in life. Okay, but at the same time, if you are in the game for 5 years, 4 years, your nose became seasoned, and you crave for something new, a little bit more unique, this fragrance perhaps will not cut it for you. It will smell like very similar to many other designer fragrances in market. So in that case, you can avoid them. But this is a great line. So this is why I like to revisit fragrances. So ultimately, which ones are my favorites at this current moment? These two. I'll not lie. I like Invictus Legend way over Invictus Aqua, the old version, which is great performer, but something about this fragrance is so modern. Okay, Legend is number one. Number two would be Intense. Number three would be Invictus Aqua, and the rest of them you can try them. Okay, so thanks for watching. It's always a pleasure to do this line talk. Take care. Have a nice day. Bye bye.